Now that the 2012 nominating conventions have closed, the presidential race is really heating up, with the focus increasingly on Medicare reform, healthcare reform, and the taxes to pay for them. And as usual, the NCPA remains front and center in this election year's important public policy debate. NCPA President John Goodman continues to tour the nation promoting the free market healthcare reforms in his new book, Priceless. Why he chose the title, Priceless, is the key to the NCPA's sensible, patient-friendly reforms.
On the one hand, your health care is priceless. On the other hand, we're dealing with a health care system that has no real prices. You know, none of us ever sees a real price for anything in health care. No doctor, no patient, no employee, no employer. And that's the problem. You don't see real prices, then everybody faces perverse incentives to make costs higher, quality lower, access more difficult. If we want to solve our healthcare problems, we've got to restore power to the patient and the doctor and let the price system work.
As Dr. Goodman also noted, the NCPA's reform solutions are simple but not politically easy.
You don't have to be an accountant to know that if you're paying for something that's increasing at twice the rate of growth of your income, it's going to crowd out everything else you're consuming, and eventually you'll have nothing to eat, nothing to wear, no place to live, but you'll have lots of health care. That is an impossible path.
And an increasing number of experts, including former Comptroller General David Walker and Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke, are warning of an approaching tax-mageddon. In January, more than $1.2 trillion in automatic spending cuts, the so-called Bush tax cuts, and a lot of payroll tax breaks are all scheduled to expire. The cost of running American taxpayers off this fiscal cliff, an estimated $310 billion. NCPA senior fellow Pam Villarreal told Fox News the problem in addressing this financial tsunami is the Obama administration's broken promises of avoiding special interest legislation.
He really ran on this platform of getting rid of special interests, and that has not happened.
GOP presidential nominee Mitt Romney recently revealed his energy plan, and NCPA senior fellow Sterling Burnett gave it high marks, especially in contrast to the current policies of picking winners and losers in the marketplace.
The Obama plan is to only poke holes in the Gulf, and that does nothing for us. In fact, that puts all of our eggs in one basket. The Romney plan, in opposition, opens up more public lands to drilling. That's not the Gulf. Opens up the East Coast to drilling. That's not the Gulf. And would get the pipeline, the Keystone Pipeline, down to America quicker.
And with the publication of yet another dismal jobs report, unemployment and job creation remain critical issues. The primary culprits: fiscal spending and overregulation. More and more municipalities, for example, are passing bans on plastic bags. And while banning plastic bags isn't the most environmentally friendly option, Villarreal reports that a recent NCPA study shows the cost in jobs in those cities that pass the bag bans can be a nightmare for taxpayers.
According to store managers in the unincorporated areas that fell under the bag ban, 80% reported a loss in sales over a one-year period, of an average of 5.7%. Incorporated areas, on the other hand, experienced a boost in sales. Those not affected by the bag ban experienced an average increase of 9%. What about employment effects? Stores that were affected by the ban in unincorporated areas experienced an average employment reduction of over 10%. Stores in the incorporated areas, on the other hand, experienced an increase in employment of almost 2.5%.
For more information about these important issues and the NCPA, please contact us. You can call us or send us an email. We want to know what you think. And thanks for your support of the NCPA and the important work we're doing.